Hi, and welcome to today's program. We're going to talk about 5 do-it-yourself resources that you can use to help you to sell more books. One of the sources that I really enjoy being a part of is Fran Silverman's newsletter. She is an award-winning author that has spent years learning how to market books and present that information to people. So I am on her newsletter list, which comes out bi-weekly. It's been running, I think, since the early 90s. And every other week, she just sends out resource information that are really, really good in terms of learning how to promote your book. And she also has I'll call it an author connect for lack of a better word, where she actually will help authors connect to radio programs. And so this is a very good resource. And I think at the time I joined it, it was probably about $100 a year. I'm not sure whether it's that price now or whether it's gone up, but it's a very valuable resource to be able to help you to find good places to do radio placement. And also she has tons of tips in her newsletter that would be very good for people trying to self-promote their books. So again, that's Fran Silverman's newsletter, and you can Google her and get her information where to contact her. Another newsletter that I've been a part of for probably about 20 years is John Kramer's newsletter. John has a book called 1001 Ways to Market Your Book, and it has been known worldwide for its resources and information. So that's another source that you might consider using. One of the things that I like about John is that he is very accessible. I mean, if you have a question and you email him, he'll come back and answer that question for you. He also has various courses that he gives throughout the year for, very low amounts of money to really help people to market their books. He is really into selling information. He knows how to sell information, but the information that he provides is very useful if you put it to use. So I've been following John for about 20 years and have really enjoyed what I've learned and what I've been able to apply. So I would encourage you to become a part of that newsletter as well. Then there's another resource called 101 Internet Radio Shows. If you tap into that particular market, then that's what you get. You'll get a list of over 100 places that are looking for people to be guests on their internet radio programs. It's a very good source that you can use. It's been out for several years. I don't know what edition the book is now, but it is available. And again, it's called 101 Internet Radio Shows that you can use to promote your book. And then another source which would be good for you, and I love to use these as well, are articles. And I think I've talked about this in some of our previous segments. But when you write articles, you give people information that they're looking for, but you also have a chance to plug your book, talk about your website, and give all kind of data about you in the appropriate places at the end of those articles. So to me, they're like business cards that you leave online, and people will find their way back to you through those particular links that you leave in the articles. Now, if you go to Alexa again, and I think I've mentioned this before, Alexa is a good place to determine who really has the top rankings on particular sites. If you go to Alexa and do a search, you can pull up the best places to post your articles online. And that way, you'll always have a calling card available to you to bring people either back to your website or directly to the place where you're selling your book. And then the last source that I would like to mention that has been in my life for several years is Seth Godin, and his name is S-E-T-H, Seth, and Godin, G-O-D-I-N. I like Seth because he is a marketing guru. I mean, he has so much data available everywhere. He has books, he has videos, he has seminars that he's hosted. So if you were to Google him online, you'll find a lot of information about him. And I would encourage you to learn as much as you can, because he really has material that will be helpful to authors in terms of marketing their book. And not just their book, but anything that needs to be marketed. And he's the founder of Squidoo, Squidoo. Many of you have Squidoo pages and maybe not aware of how he started that organization. But if you do, those Squidoo lenses are the system that he generated. And he also has set it up so that if you use his resources, you can use affiliate marketing to generate more income for yourself. So there's a lot of opportunities on Squidoo, and I would encourage you to look into that and start developing your own set of lenses, which will give you promotional value. Years ago he wrote a book which I don't think is in print anymore, but if you can even find an old copy of it, it would be very good for a reference. It's called Information Please Almanac. And this particular book has just loads of information in terms of how to contact people that are in not only the writing field, but various forms of business. And it really is a good resource to have on hand. And even though the material might be old because it's a previous book, but you can still look for the updated information. It's still a lot of good resources there. And I always make sure to have at least one copy of that book in my library at all times so that I can use it as a reference. So those are my 5 best ways to get connected with people that can really help you to promote your book. There's no reason for you not to be able to sell copies. You just have to get connected with the right sources. And I'm going to go through those one more time. Fran Silverman, you get attached to her newsletter, John Kramer's newsletter. You also want to get in contact with 101 internet radio shows that are willing to promote your book, become a part of article writing, and then also learn more about Seth Godin and also see what you can gain from becoming a part of his Squidoo network. So those are the 5 do-it-yourself topics that can help you to promote your book.